Thanks for coming today, everybody. Anzac round's a very special round for everyone involved in the NRL, and it's particularly so for the South Sydney Rabbitohs and the special partnership that we have with the Royal Australian Navy. To play on Anzac Day is a true honour, and it's not something that's lost on our playing group. This is the fourth year of the partnership between the Rabbitohs and the Navy, and this year the Rabbitohs jersey will honour the Royal Australian Navy's Mine Warfare and Clearance Diving Group, a unit known for its intense preparation, precision and resilience under pressure. Today we welcome Captain Richard Brikacek, CSC DSM RAN, the commander of the Mine Warfare, Clearance Diving and Geospatial Force, to say a few words on behalf of the Royal Australian Navy.
Good morning all. I'd just like to firstly thank the South Sydney Rabbitohs for hosting us this week, and it's been a great privilege to be here today. Over the last 4 years, the RAN and the Rabbitohs have shared a very special relationship, and it's only been growing from strength to strength. We were honoured to host the Rabbitohs at HMAS Penguin earlier this year and introduce them to the clearance diving and the mine warfare capability. The Navy and the Rabbitohs share a mutually beneficial relationship in high-performance teams and high-functioning humans and how we approach that space. Through mutual experiences and times together, we've shared different experiences on how we can actually tackle adversity in tough times, whether it's on the football field or generating an undersea warfare effect. Today marks a special day, especially for myself. In the Rabbitohs Anzac Day jersey, being representing and paying tribute to Mine Warfare and Clearance Diving. I, as the commander of the Mine Warfare and Clearance Diving Force, hold this quite special, and so do the men and women within the force. And I thank the Rabbitohs for creating something so honourable. Also, I'd like to just take a little bit of time that tomorrow, as we watch the game on Anzac Day, that it's a day of remembrance, and it's remembering the people who have paid the ultimate sacrifice in defence of this country, as well as paying tribute to those current and former serving ADF members. I'd like to finish off by saying thank you to the South Sydney Rabbitohs for their continued support to the ADF. We now have a close family tie. We have one of our own, Chief Petty Officer Clearance Diver Kane Duncan, and his son, who very proudly wears the green and the red jersey on the football field. The Royal Australian Navy is proud to continue to support the South Sydney Rabbitohs, and we wish them all the best tomorrow. And from the Force and the Navy, we are behind you 100% of the way. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Brikacek. Now calling Wayne Bennett.
Well, he said it all, I can go. I don't need to say anything.
Well, mate, how special is it for you to be a part and for the players to be a part of matches on Anzac Day?
Yeah, it's really important. We're just talking about outside there before with the players, and I was at the Dragons for 3 years when we played the Roosters and those games as well. So I'm familiar with it. I'm very proud of it, and I'm proud of what the game does, and I'm proud of what our military has done over a long period of time.
Do you think players lift on big occasions like this?
I'm sure they do. Yeah, no doubt about that.
On the field, I didn't see Cody out there. Is he out for tomorrow?
You got your glasses off, have you? No, he's not playing. He's hurt his calf, got a pretty severe tear there, training 3 days ago, so he'll be out for 4 or 5 weeks.
Okay, so what's the plan for tomorrow? Who comes in for him?
Jai Arrow will come in, yeah, and Latrell will be the captain.
Latrell captain, so Jai Gray coming in?
Jai Gray, yeah.
So Jai will play in the halves?
Yes.
Yeah. We've seen mostly Jai play at fullback in first grade. What does he bring in the halves for you?
Well, I'll let you know tomorrow. We'll both have to go and watch it.
He played there in juniors, I believe?
That was his junior position, yeah. So, but all his senior football's been at fullback, but I'm confident that he can do a job for us.
Cody obviously was out a few weeks ago. How disappointed is he to miss another stint of footy?
Oh, we're all disappointed, but he'd be most disappointed because it backs on him personally. So, but nothing we can do about it. It wasn't the hamstring. The hamstring was the last one he had. So, it's a different area of his opposite leg. So it just happened. It's no reason why they happen. They just, as you get older, I think they become a little bit more vulnerable.
Jai Gray brings a bit of youth and enthusiasm, mate, to the position.
Yeah, well, he's been bringing plenty of that at fullback, so I'm pleased that he started. He's just gone from fullback to 5'8".
Trill's back to his best position there where he can affect the result a bit more.
I think it's where he's most happiest, and my priority with the players is to put him in a place where they're happy, and I think that's his. But he did a job for us, which we needed. We're out of players and the outside backs, and he filled up there for us. So anyway, there's an opportunity to play fullback now.
What was that conversation like, telling him that he was going back to fullback, but also getting to skip for the side on Anzac Day?
Oh, it's nice. Better than telling them they're not going to be in the team.
Does Lewis Dodd coming to the bench? He was training out there.
Yeah, he's on the bench, yeah.
How did he feel after last week? Didn't get much of a chance, but were you happy with what you did see?
Oh, it's a bit hard. It's hard to mark someone when you're 20-odd points down. You put him on playing halfback or that position there. He didn't do anything wrong, but he did get a lot of opportunities, but there's another chance this weekend. So.
What have you seen? Like, obviously, it's been a tough start to Lewis's career in Australia, but what have you seen about him that you do like and that you think will work for you on the field?
Oh, he knows what's going on out there. Yeah, that's pretty important to play halfback. That he picks up all the plays pretty easily and got good hands and that. Yeah, he's got a good attitude. There's nothing. Just needs an opportunity right now, and he's getting closer to getting one.
Just a couple of injured players. I saw Jamie Humphries and Tyrone Munro out there on Monday. Are they far away from returns?
Jamie had a bit of a setback, so he might be another couple of weeks. Tyrone's probably 6 weeks away.
There's been news this morning about the Perth expansion bid, being progressed with the NRL. You've obviously been involved with expansion clubs before and have championed that. What are your thoughts on an expansion team in WA?
Yeah, I think it's great, and I've been very supportive of the West Australian bid, and I'm pleased to hear the news this morning, really pleased. So, we'll never have a more favourable climate in Western Australia. The Premier over there is a great supporter of rugby league, full stop, and it's a very strong Australian rules part of the world, and have the Premier of the state also behind the bid and wanting the bid. It's pretty important to us, and I think it's a great decision. I'm really pleased.
What are some of the struggles with starting a new team, and from your experience at the Dolphins, what do you think a WA team would need to get off the ground?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of struggles, but it is the quality of players is the key thing. The better playing group you can have together, then the quicker things will fall into place for you. So that'll be their challenge, getting a playing group together.
I know that in the past people have talked about salary cap exemptions. Is that something that you would support of being
I don't know if they're talking about that now. They didn't give in to the Dolphins. They gave none to the Broncos when we bought them in 1988. So I don't think any team's ever come in with any exemptions, and I don't think that'll be the case with this team.
Souths have never won a game in Melbourne. What makes it such a tough place to go to?
That's a good question. Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's a bit of a fortress down there. They played their best footy down there, and they've always been a very competitive football team, and had a lot of success. So, got to put it all down to that, I suppose. Yeah.
Big part of their success is Craig Bellamy. You haven't got a great record against him. Does that burn you, having that record against him?
I couldn't give a rat's about it. It's the last thing in my mind.
What do you admire about Craig?
His perseverance. He's been. We spent 5 years with him at the Broncos as a young coach, and he's gone on and done some great things. And he's stuck at what he believes in, and stayed true to that. And it's been successful for him. He hasn't changed it. And why would he?
Wayne, your players have been penalised 2 weeks in a row for hip drop tackles, tackling from behind. Have you had any clarity from the NRL as what they're supposed to do when you're tackling from behind?
No, well, there is a bit of a process there, but we've got 2 penalties. We've got one guy in the sin bin over it, and no one got charged for it. So I've lost my way a little bit with hip drop tackles. I'm not sure what they are anymore. So I just kind of, it's a bit like the head knocks. I wish the game would take the responsibility that it should and say, if there is something that even looks like a hip drop tackle out here, we'll penalise you, but we'll work it out with the judiciary when they can sit in front of it, analyse it, the guys that are supposed to be the expert about whether you've committed offences or you haven't, and take it out of the ref's hands and the video ref's hands, because it's just too difficult and it's happening too quickly. So charge them next morning, and if you've got a hip drop tackle, well, you could probably expect 3 or 4 weeks. And they do it in the AFL, they do it consistently in the AFL. It works for them. I don't know why it can't work for us.
And obviously the clubs and players are confused by it, and the fans are very confused by it, so I'm not sure.
All they're doing is cheesing a lot of people off. That's all they're doing, okay? Whether it's the fans, whether it's the players, whether it's the teams. And, they've got themselves a competition with the salary cap where there's a lot of teams very close And it makes such a huge difference in a game to have decisions made that aren't right, and impacts on the team and impacts on the result, and that's what makes people get angry about the game. And I just think we can avoid that. I really do. I just don't see why we're putting ourselves under this microscope all the time. We're mature enough, surely, to God, to be able to handle some things a little bit better than what we are.